sorry, kiddo, I really am. You have a good soul. And I hate giving good people bad news.
He's Tony, I'm Mike, and today we're doing 1988's, I don't know what the hell it is. It's something. It's Satisfaction.
I just want this summer, just one summer, please.
Who the hell are you people?
I'm Jennie Lee, we're here for the audition. We have come a long way, we deserve our shot up there.
They're playing for what they want. One band, one dream, one summer. Justine Bateman. Satisfaction.
That name is intended to be ironic, I do believe. So
I think so. I didn't get much.
it's okay. I have notes. We'll get to those. But this stars Justine Bateman.
Yes.
And it's got Liam Neeson.
Yep.
And then it's got a bunch of other people that you will recognize, and we're going to get into all of those. First and foremost, Julia Roberts.
Yes.
And others, but that's neither here nor there. The plot of the story is very straightforward. Justine Bateman just graduated high school, and she's going to spend her summer before she goes away to college basically living the rock and roll lifestyle.
Well, it seems to me that you are the one that's aggravating him with your adolescent rock and roll fantasies. Look at me, I'm Madonna.
All right, Nick, you can go in the other room and eat.
In the sandy beaches of some beach in North Carolina with her and her rock and roll band. And naturally, she's getting grief from her brother because her parents are dead. And now their brother, who was supposed to go to college, couldn't go to college because he had to feed his brother and sister.
So you're the one with the real brains around here. You're the one that should have gone to school.
And we had to eat.
Dad were alive.
Which is nice and all that, but it's very And then we have Julia Roberts' character, who her boyfriend proposes to her at the graduation ceremony. He couldn't even wait for them to get their diplomas. He's got the ring right there. He's ready to roll. Then we've got the stoner, and then we've got the criminal drummer, and then the keyboardist left, but they find out that the guy that lives across the street, he plays the piano, so naturally he wants to be in on the rock and roll lifestyle.
Yeah, of course. If I wanted to, but why would I want to?
So he goes along with them, and they go and they audition at this bar, and naturally their band, Mystery. Where have we heard that before?
Yeah. Oh God, what was that? Detroit Rock City.
Yes.
Watch the review here.
But they naturally win the spot because they're just such a groovy rockin' band. And then there's a whole thing where they're trying to fit in with the, rich and elite.
That's just Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts finds some dude down there she's trying to impress.
What have you read lately?
Well, I just finished Thin Thighs in 30 days.
Justine Bateman's trying to hook up with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
And they have a summer love, and then the drummer and the keyboardist, they fall for each other, and the hot blonde finds a dog.
Go on, get.
Come on!
And that's the movie. There's
That's something like that.
I wish I was kidding, but I'm not.
Goodbye.
At the end, it's got that La Bamba beginning. At the end of the movie, there's a guy that owns a bunch of clubs in New York, and Liam Neeson has been promising Justine Bateman that they're going to come down and listen to her play, and it'll be her road to fame and stardom and all that.
Listen, you got my card. Call me.
Thanks.
And he comes down and he hears the band, and naturally he thinks, no, Justine Bateman. I just want Justine Bateman.
That's not what happened. He didn't want us. He only wanted her. He wanted her to stand in front of a bunch of studio musicians.
It's very Richie Valens and La Bamba.
What about my band?
Well, frankly, Richie, I can't use any of them. Is that a problem?
They're my buddies.
I can't use your band, but I want you. You're such a sweet front person. And she turns him down, but she makes it sound like she turned it down for the whole band, and then it turned out, no, they just wanted her, and she said no, and that makes everything swell and chummy, and then they get back in their van and they drive back to Brooklyn.
And that
Baltimore,
is the
New
movie.
Jersey. Yeah, that is the end of the movie.
So for Justine Bateman, this was like supposed to be like her big kickoff. And this thing was actually produced by NBC, which I'm pretty sure Family Ties was also on NBC back in the day.
It's a new division for them, and they were literally looking for like launch titles to propel their small screen stars onto the big screen. And this isn't coincidence. She had been nominated for Best Supporting Actress for an Emmy.
The nominees are Justine Bateman in Family Ties.
And the winner is Rhea Perlman in Cheers.
This is so shocking and delightful.
So they were trying to
not for this movie.
Yeah, no. For her role as Mallory on Family Ties. So like legit, they were trying to like cash in on her, recognition to stardom, and where's Tina Yothers' movie?
It doesn't matter. The funny thing about this though is that Michael J. Fox also did a band movie the same year with Joan Jett.
Yes.
Was it The Light of Day?
Yes, it was. So
and didn't realize this until we're talking about this movie, and just happened to, because you brought it up, like, didn't Michael J. Fox also do a movie with Joan Jett? I'm like, he did?
Yes.
And sure as shit, he did. So if you like this review, let us know. We'll do that as well.
Okay, the nominees are... Wow, my closest friend in the whole world, the newcomer Michael J. Fox in Family Ties.
All right? I love you, I love you, I love you.
Michael J. Fox, Family Ties.
Okay, there's so little going on in this film. And they, like I said, they came in loaded for bear. They hired Aaron Spelling as the producer on this, and Aaron Spelling was just coming off just like a truckload of TV hits. But this is proof that Aaron Spelling should stay in his wheelhouse, because as a movie, this is a dud, a absolute dud in every sense of the word.
Goodbye.
There is no characterization that isn't repugnant in this, which is to say, this film is filled with really unlikable characters.
They're fine. Really, here's the biggest sin in this movie. Really what it comes down to is the romance between Justine Bateman and Liam Neeson.
Well, you did it, you know. You pulled a new song out of a old burned-out case. You did.
It's just too far apart. There's zero chemistry on film. Zero. None. And then she spends all this time like, why do you treat me like a child? I'm not a child. But then they had the breakup scene. She cries like a child and runs away like, you're lying, you're a liar.
Yes.
Ah! And runs off.
I gotta go.
Look, I'll catch you later. Slam the door on your way out, right?
You're so stupid. You're so dumb. You're so blind.
It's very Harlequin romance. They have like the scene where they're riding the horses and they're composing songs together. It's so lazy and cheesy. And then we have the stoner girl, and like, you know, she's apparently supposed to be like the drug addict of the group.
Turn it off. Hey, Billy, this is not funny anymore, right? We're telling you right now, this is the end of the line, okay? No more.
And really all she's doing is getting high, which I guess in 1998 was, oh, clutch your pearls. But here we are in 2025, and it's like, I can go like to what used to be a Bob Evans by the house and pick me up. And then we have Julia Roberts. She's just constantly boy crazy and blah, blah, blah.
What have you read lately?
Well, I just finished Thin Thighs in 30 days.
And so when she leaves her boyfriend, naturally he's got to like, you know, chase her down to where she is, figure out where she's at, and then like make a fool out of himself.
You want some of that action, the life force behind me. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my girlfriend you're talking about.
While they're on stage, he couldn't wait for her to come off the stage and then have a conversation. No, he legitimately has to start shit like right there at the bar, and then he gets bounced out, and then he follows them back to the Liam Neeson's house where they're staying.
Wait, that was you? What were you trying to do?
I was trying to keep you from humiliating yourself. My girl don't tease Pud for no money. I'm taking you home.
Frankie.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go. Whoa, Frankie.
And here's the fun thing about that. So the aftermath of that whole thing when they make up, and they make up for like a good day and a half.
Yeah.
That scene was actually kind of funny. They keep knocking on the van. Hey, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. No. Hey, we're coming back. Want to do this? No.
We're going to the beach. Want to come?
No.
But so there's a bouncer there to throw his ass out. But later in the movie, when Bunny shows up, there's not a bouncer in fucking sight. It's an all-out brawl right there in the fucking bar.
Yeah, and it's the band against the gang. So
right,
yeah,
it's like, come on.
Yeah, and the whole preload for that was that they had bought a van and they were going to use that to go drive around to all their gigs over the summertime. And Bunny is very upset that she bought the van from somebody on his street because that's his street and he owns it.
You popped that vending machine over on Fremont?
So what?
So that's my street. And what you take from my street belongs to me.
And therefore he must shove it into the bay using
As you
his
do.
van. Yeah, and so they decide, oh, well, we're going to get Bunny back and we're going to get our van for our shows. We're going to go steal Bunny's van because apparently, you know, Bunny's not much of a ladies' man. He tries, but he just ain't got the goods.
Where I'm such a fool for love. Oh, Bunny. Oh, Bunny. Bunny. Oh, God damn it, Bunny. Not again.
There is a God, Billy.
He's a textbook two-pump chump.
And then after that, they drive off in his van, and I'm thinking, at no point did it occur to anybody to report the van stolen.
I don't believe you. This is great. I guess we can expect to be arrested any minute now.
I don't mess with the cops. He takes his own revenge.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Well, I'm sure it's probably stolen already. I mean, it is Bunny. He is a criminal.
Yeah, well,
So, just saying.
funny story. Bunny was the first gang member that you see in Michael Jackson's Beat It video.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. Well, there you go.
He'll throw the clip right here. Okay, so Liam Neeson is supposed to be this former wunderkid record writer. He's like, when they go into his house, he's got like gold records all over the place and 2 Grammys up on the mantle.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Look at these gold records. Who is this guy?
God, you know which Falcon this is? This is Martin Falcon. He wrote a lot of like really popular stuff like
And the band lets themselves into the house because, you know, apparently if you knock on the door in a wealthy neighborhood, it's perfectly okay to just walk in. Nothing bad could ever happen there. And then...
Well, there was an attack dog there, but, you know, what's her name? Just the drug addict just, you know, sang to it and soothed the savage beast, and that was that.
Yeah, pretty much.
This was long.
And then you have you have all that going on. This movie's fucking stupid. So they go into the house, and then naturally you find out that the reason that they're there is because there's supposed to be auditions for this band opening for this bar, which it's not like even like a really big, cool bar, like a central party spot that has a prime location. It's just a fucking bar that happens to be one of many on the, strip by the beach.
Ready. You're too stern to go anywhere, Billy. How can you play? How can I not? Hey, open up, man. We're here.
And so naturally people should drive from, all over the place to come and audition for this. And they find out the audition wasn't the day that they're there, it's actually the following day. But what's even weirder is that Liam Neeson's like, why are you in my house at 4 o'clock in the morning? I'm thinking, what the fuck are you doing out drinking and fishing at 4 o'clock in the morning?
It is 4 o'clock in the goddamn morning.
He's a very, very sad, lonely, depressed man.
Ever since his wife died.
Yeah.
Well, your bartender, Sal, he told me that you couldn't write anymore after your wife died.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's...
Debbie Harry makes a cameo appearance for all of 2 minutes.
Yeah, a scene.
Yeah.
And Catherine, who's just apparently very upset that Liam Neeson is, obviously involved with Justine Bateman.
Oh. Are you a friend of his? Yeah. Are you? Sometimes.
Well, it is a little awkward.
It's
a little more than a little awkward. It's just fucking weird.
It's
just really weird. Again, especially when there's zero chemistry going on there. And it's just that, no, it just doesn't work.
So now here's the part of this
and
movie.
here's another thing that doesn't work too. is fucking Mooch.
Yeah.
Why is Mooch gotta be such a fucking hard ass? Like, what's her deal?
They felt that the rock and roll lifestyle, you had to have that one criminal, and that's like literally her role in this. She's the one that blows up trash cans with firecrackers. She's the one that steals the van. She's the one that's like just so hard-edged, and then it's so telescoped that they're going to have that Ali Sheedy moment where all of a sudden she does her hair and makeup and puts on a dress, and you realize, oh, Mooch is actually really pretty, and then the keyboardist is going to fall for her.
If you laugh, I'll cut you.
Well, he's already had a thing for her anyway, and he tries for the whole movie to try to break the ice with this girl. I would have gave up a long time ago. There's other girls in the band right there.
There's a fine line between persistent and creepy stalker behavior, and this kind of...
I don't know. No, he never crossed. No, to me, he never came across.
He didn't cross the line. Like I said, it's a fine line between it.
Yeah.
He asks, she says no. He asks, she cracks a joke. But at no point does she ever tell him, leave me alone, quit asking me. She's obviously playing hard to get, but this is so fucking underwritten. This whole script is such a bunch of tropes and cliches and bullshit. And none of the characters are likable. None of the characters... I mean, the keyboardist is the only, character that comes out of this unscathed at the end of the day. Liam Neeson, not so much. Justine Bateman, most definitely not. Mooch, the blonde guitarist, Julia Roberts, they all come off as, really vapid and shallow.
Yes.
And that's, all it... And even beyond that, it's not they're really pursuing their musical dreams or anything. It's just we're in a band and we rock.
This shit might play with everybody else, but it don't play with me. What do you think, I'm blind? Jeez, you screwed us, Jenny.
And it's just, what the fuck was the point of this film?
I mean, it's supposed to be a coming of age. I guess. It doesn't do any of it particularly well. Like you said, none of the characters are particularly likable. You don't like other than the keyboard. She really can't get behind anybody on this one. Yeah, it needed a lot of help. I mean, it needed some serious fucking help. Really, but the casting is a big one. Liam Neeson is not the right choice.
No. I'm going to disagree with you there. Justine Bateman is the biggest sin of this film.
Right, all of you, come on. Go out, come back tomorrow, tonight, or later, whenever it is.
Because at the end of the day, when she was on Family Ties, she plays this kind of ditzy high schooler. And you know, she's funny because she's not terribly smart, but she's intuitive. She understands people, but she's not, you know, like she's not well-read. She's not well, you know, educated. She's nothing like that at all. But she's charming and she's likable on Family Ties. Yeah. In this, she's just kind of a overly aggressive bitch, even when she's giving her valedictorian speech, because of course she's the valedictorian. At the very beginning of it, she can't just give this like speech for being valedictorian and get her diploma and go off stage. No, she's got to be all like, oh, rock and roll, we got to make a big noise.
See, we can either get out there and we can make the kind of noise that's going to wake this world from its stagnant slumber our apathetic asses sometimes deserve.
It's so fucking cringy.
I wanted somebody in that crowd to throw vegetables at this girl so fucking bad when she's giving her speech. Oh, I have flashbacks of a women's prison massacre.
Yeah, her monologue sucked. And so that's the kickoff. And then like literally she goes home after that and she's having the conversation with her older brother, and her older brother's like, nope, you're not following that crap. You're going to college. That's what mom and dad would have wanted. And we find out that her parents did all this, and I'm thinking, like, the fact that you're like not trying to talk to him, you're like,
look, you never liked my friends, okay? This is not new. This is not fair. School hubby, you know I am.
I don't want you blowing off school thinking you're going to become some rock and roll star.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Well, see, I'm not going to pull that on her as an actress. I'm going to put it on the script and the director.
Well, okay,
because I mean, you can't fault her for the shitty writing. You can elevate shitty material like that so fucking far.
You're absolutely
and
correct.
obviously somebody director to act like a fucking child, to act like that. So, I mean, here's what I think is the biggest sin about this, and it still pertains to Justine Bateman, is that she's the least attractive woman
in the group.
In the group.
Oh, yeah. Even the keyboardist is hotter.
That's going a little too far. I mean, Justine Bateman on her own is a cute girl, for sure. But Mooch is a better looking girl.
Yes.
The
Julia
guitar
Roberts,
player
obviously.
is obviously is better looking. So yeah. You shouldn't. Again, casting in this was not ideal.
And yet, weirdly, I can see this as Alex on Family Ties. Michael J. Fox, he was a big deal. He was doing Family Ties, but then he was starting to do movies, and the movies were getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and he was getting more and more famous.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see where there was a jealousy motive in here, and like Michael J. Fox signs on to do a movie with Joan Jett. So naturally, Justine Bateman has a script come across her desk, and NBC Films is all like, oh, yeah, look, we're looking to throw money at this, and we want to make you into a star too. And Justine Bateman's all like, I'm going to show Alex P. Keaton what's what. I'm going to do a band movie that's better than his. You can see this. You know that the scenario may only be in my head, but it all tracks.
Now, the 39th Annual Emmy Awards.
The Emmy goes to Jackie for 227.
Oh, this is fabulous!
The nominees for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series are Michael J. Fox for Family Ties, and the Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series is Michael J. Fox!
Michael J. Fox won this award last year.
No, I think it's all studio based. I mean, again, it's NBC. They're trying to cash on the popularity.
Yeah, but they could have taken Justine Bateman and put her in a comedy, and it could have been something like Clueless a decade before Clueless, and it would have been charming. And
Agreed.
it would have,
Yes.
she could have sold that, and it would have not been so far off the path of her, likable character that people.
But again, that's not her fault.
She picked the script, so I'm going to kind of blame it on her.
She didn't pick the script.
Oh, I guarantee you, she had some say in it because when you come off an Emmy win, and people are pitching projects to you, you get to go yay or nay. You don't just take what's thrown your way. But
I'm not buying that.
I've got notes.
I turned him down, though, guys, because it just wasn't right. So, you what?
Here's, I think, the biggest sin of this film. This is the thing.
It was Justine Bateman.
No.
Oh,
Justine Bateman.
Liar,
Justine Bateman said this, and when asked about this in an interview in 1988, she said, "Yeah, Michael J. Fox, he's in a band movie too, but that's kind of a lighthearted comedy. Ours is like Fox's."
No, you're not like Fox's.
You're so stupid. You're so dumb. You're so blind.
She compared this pile of shit to probably one of the most timely and authentic teen dramas involving 4 teenage girls and their coming of age. This is such a vapid waste. Just so you all know, Trini Avedor, who was the drummer in this, Mooch, she went on to star in a Michael J. Fox vehicle that you might know of. It also made Peter Jackson famous. It was called The Frighteners.
The toilet seat lid banged up and down.
No.
Did the bed levitate?
Yeah, with me on it.
Okay.
And then just Joan Freeman was the director. She never directed again after this.
And rightly so. Shame on you.
Scott Coffey, who was the keyboardist in this, he went on to be in Space Camp, Charmed, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and as an adult, Mulholland Drive. Britta Phillips, who was the blonde, I don't know why they didn't make her the lead of this film, because she actually was the voice of Jem for the cartoon. So when you hear Jem in the holograms, that's her singing.
Jem is truly outrageous, truly outrageous.
Now, I will say this. They spent 6 weeks. They learned all the songs. That's really them singing and performing. So Julia Roberts learned the bass. Britta Phillips, she actually was a guitarist, so it wasn't a big stretch for her. She only sings on one song on the soundtrack, though. But that is legitimately Justine Bateman singing on all of them. Michael DiLorenzo, he was Bunny on this. Like I said, he was the first dancer that you see in the Beat It video. But he went on to play Private PFC Santiago in A Few Good Men. He was the one that got killed at the beginning. So he's been in a ton of stuff. He was also on New York Undercover for 77 episodes. So literally, this movie spells the end of Justine Bateman as a movie star and kicked off everybody else's career.
Goodbye.
And really quick, the music is actually pretty damn decent. And like I said, is probably one of the highlights of this movie. And that's setting the bar really low.
It really is.
It really is. But it's not terrible. The music is actually okay.
Here's the problem with the movie. This movie is set in 1988. So we have like the ascension of hair rock and, the whole 80s was in full swing at this point. Like when you think of the 80s, this is the time period that you're thinking every fucking song in this movie is a 60s or a 70s tune, and they did nothing interesting with them.
And you say this, but yet, what was one of the best performing soundtracks of this era? And we reviewed this movie. Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing. And every fucking song off Dirty Dancing, every girl that I knew in high school sang those songs, not the contemporary songs.
How dare you? Patrick Swayze is spinning in his grave right now.
Hey, he's like the fucking wind, all right?
So that all being said, this was a career-defining moment for Justine Bateman, just not in the way that she was hoping for.
Yes, in a sad way.
She did a couple of real low-rent movies after this, and then she went back to TV. And she's still in the business. She actually is more of a writer and a director now. But the reason they really thought this was going to be hit, this movie had a $13 million budget. It made $8.2 million at the box office. So it did poorly, to say the very least.
Sure.
Ironically, at the same time, her brother, Jason Bateman, he was on the Hogan Family. He was the big star on the Hogan Family. He got his first big movie role. It was Teen Wolf 2, not 2, T-O-O, as in also. And she was like, oh yeah, Jason Bateman in an interview at the time said, yeah, my sister, she's in this movie. I think it's going to do really, really well. Teen Wolf 2 had a budget estimated somewhere between $4 and $7 million. It made $7.9 million at the box office. It was a bigger hit than Satisfaction.
If you call that a hit. I mean, it didn't make money, but yeah.
But yeah, and Aaron Spelling, in case you guys don't know, Aaron Spelling, he was the guy behind Charlie's Angels and The Love Boat and Dynasty and Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place and Charmed. He literally just had hit after hit after hit on the small screen, and I think he was legitimately thinking, you know what, I know exactly what we need to do with Justine Bateman. We need to like make her edgy and like shows that she's got range. And this movie showed that when she's not being ditzy and charming, there's nothing there.
I'm not going to put it all on Justine Bateman. I just can't. Because there's a script, there's a director.
Oh, yeah, no.
So,
no.
I mean,
the script is terrible.
Yeah.
The directing is bad.
Yeah.
The directing is fucking baffling in this movie. But at the end of the day, for all of its technical flaws, you never buy Justine Bateman as this character.
I don't mind her as the front person of the band. Like I said, the problem is she's just surrounded by chicks that are hotter than she is.
See, it's not.
Again, I can't. As much as you want to, I can't put the blame on her for this movie.
It's not that she's. It's not the attraction level. It's not how attractive the other girls in the band are. It's just when she's singing. She's so showy about it. It's so, and I'm assuming this is a directing choice.
She's a front person.
Well,
You're
I understand
supposed to
she's
be that way.
When they're rehearsing in the warehouse and she's dancing around with the cowbell. And I'm immediately going, I'm telling you, fellas, you're going to want more cowbell. So, and if I have to hear, Better Knock on Wood again, I swear I'm going to scream. I don't know why that song just won't go away. The disco version is the best version of it, and everything after that is lesser. I am done rambling about this film, but I needed to get it off my chest because this movie, I got done watching it and I was kind of upset that I watched it. This movie has only been released on DVD. It has never been put out on Blu-ray. There's a reason for that. When it was released for the second time on DVD, they actually listed Julia Roberts as the star instead of Justine Bateman. What would you recommend this to anybody ever?
Fuck no. No. I mean, it's not the worst thing I ever seen in my life, but it's certainly not. It's just meh. It's just there. I mean, if you want to see Julia Roberts in her first role, great. If you want to see Justine Bateman in her only role that I can think of on the big screen, go for it. Beyond that, whatever.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's just whatever. I'm not upset I watched it again for the second time. It's just I just figured it'd be something fun to talk about.
It's just boring. Is really what it all boils down to. It lacks heart.
Yeah, I was expecting more giggles out of this. You're more venom. You're all piss and vinegar with this fucking review.
You're not
and
wrong.
And you shouldn't be. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a fucking movie.
You're not wrong. But after when you're watching it and you're an hour in and you look at the clock and go, fuck, there's another 35 minutes left, you'll know the pain that I experienced. So.
You can experience with us, so.
Anything else?
No, that's all we got.
We will catch you next time.